am Goose. For new viewers, that is how I've always started these videos. I swear I'm not just piggybacking on the movie I'm about to talk about. Well, maybe a little bit. I watched a Minecraft movie. No, the Minecraft movie. It was, polarizing. Mainly because the movie is sort of in that funny bad spot where, while I could not say it is a genuinely good film, I really did enjoy myself throughout a lot of it. I'll extrapolate on that a little bit later, but that's not what I want to focus on in this video. What I really want to look at today is what my theater experience was like. Because the Minecraft movie gave me one of the most fun, energetic, and intriguing 90 minutes I ever spent in a room with a silver screen. And not only did that experience make the movie more enjoyable, it gave me a lot to think about regarding my enjoyment of movies and theater etiquette as a whole. Let's just dive right into it. No more messing around. First, the actual movie itself. A Minecraft movie was an interesting case. Obviously not a genuinely good movie, don't watch it if you're looking for the next Schindler's List, but it's enjoyable in its own unique way. Of course I'm referring to the funny bad stuff, so bad it's good. That's this movie. There's a lot of funny moments sandwiched between garbage cliche writing, with light pepperings of some of the most insane lines I've ever heard in movies ever. I did not ever think in my life that I would hear a pig sorceress scream General Chungus, or hear said General Chungus say that they are going to unalive someone in a theater. Like a third of the movie, my jaw was just on the floor, and the rest of it was either grimacing or belly laughs. The CG is pretty good in some places, but ugly as sin in others. The pacing is also pretty crud, but that's okay because it means the movie doesn't waste your time by dicking around in the real world, which I greatly appreciate. It just gets right to the point. That does mean you don't really get to bond with the main cast that much, but that's not a big deal either because the cast is actually pretty likable. Well, Steve and Jason Momoa's characters aren't hateable. Those two are my favorites. Everybody else is just kind of nothing. I will say the movie overall was more enjoyment than loathing. It appeals to my sensibilities, feeling a lot like a shitty movie from the 2000s my dad would buy at Walmart for a Friday night. Like Shorts. You guys remember Shorts? You know that movie that was a one story cut up into a bunch of small pieces and mixed around? That's what this movie kind of feels like. It also helps that it seems like the writers for this movie knew what they were writing for. A video game movie that people were going to be mocking throughout its entire lifetime on the screen. So they just decided to do whatever with it, slapping as many random humorous lines or out-of-pocket statements in it. It makes the movie super varied in terms of content as well. I did not expect to see shit like a storage unit auction or a skeleton with a jetpack flying into a potato chip factory. Or Jennifer Coolidge dating a villager. It makes for a fun watch, just, not good in the traditional sense. I enjoyed it though, so that's gotta mean something to someone, yeah? It just feels wrong to say that it was good just because I enjoyed myself sometimes. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke, I don't know. But that's not relevant anymore. I've said my piece about the contents of the movie, and while that's all good and fine, I was more interested in talking about my experience in the actual cinema. And it's gonna be confusing for most viewers, because what it's gonna sound like is me justifying and being happy about poor theater etiquette. And it is, but just hear me out. When I went to see the Minecraft movie on opening night, I was thinking, okay, it's entirely possible that things might get rowdy. It's always possible with movies that have gotten a swath of memes on the internet. So I came into the theater understanding there was a good chance of someone shouting "Flint and Steel" in the theater. What I was not expecting was everyone to chant it together. I had never seen anything like it. Everyone was going nuts in this place. Nothing too crazy, just a lot of cheering and clapping every time Jack Black said anything, and then a standing ovation at the end where everyone made a huge riot. I didn't see people making as much of a mess with their popcorn and stuff like I did in videos of other opening night theaters, but it was still a strange time. Definitely the craziest theater experience ever. I can't deny I had fun. And I know this is normally poor theater etiquette. I could not imagine myself screaming, shouting, or clapping through the whole of any other movie. In a theater showing anything else, you would be kicked out for this. Absolutely unacceptable behavior in any other circumstance. And I can't quite put my finger on it, but I feel like in this specific instance, it could be okay. Maybe not, just let me try and justify it. On second thought, before I forget, I just want to talk about some of the crazy instances of opening night reactions that I've heard on the internet so far. I can excuse stuff like cheering and clapping during a movie, because that's the sort of shit they did at Avengers Endgame. But some of the stuff I've heard happening at the Minecraft movie is on a whole other level. Like, this shit is egregious. The most common thing I've seen is unfunny teenagers throwing their popcorn buckets in the air to try and be the talk at the lunch table for half a day. Those guys are losers. Thankfully, I didn't get anyone like that in my theater. I've seen some people climbing on each other's shoulders for maximum coverage of the screen for the people behind them. That kinda sucks. Because if you're gonna be obnoxious, you might as well just do it with your voice, because at least that doesn't cover up the actual visuals of the movie. I've seen the police get called on kids for screaming. I've seen the theater stop the movie midway or give a PSA before the show, telling people to not freak out preemptively. I've seen POVs from outside the theater, and it sounds like a fucking Roman Colosseum during some scenes. But the craziest thing so far that I've seen is someone bringing an actual chicken into the theater for the chicken jockey scene, and releasing it into the crowd. Now, I didn't think to save any of the videos I saw because I'm an idiot and I didn't think I was going to make a video about my theater experience, but I was fascinated that it was such a phenomenon. I did, like, what the hell are we doing? Obviously, none of that shit is justifiable. I was just looking for a reason to bring that stuff up and let you guys know that if you guys haven't seen any of those videos, just know that I'm not crazy. It's actually happened. Surely you guys have seen some of those. Even if it's not okay at all, it's still pretty funny to think about. Let's go back to the regular old cheering and clapping for the next part I talk about. I'm doing a little hypothetical here. If it were just one person, they'd be pushed out of the theater and called a whack job, then the movie would continue. If it were a whole aisle of people, the same thing might happen, but it'd be a little more memorable for everybody else that stays. Now, if the whole theater starts doing it, what, are they going to throw at everyone? Am I justifying mob mentality? I think I might be. So let me just try and switch this train of thought up. I'm trying to say that if the whole theater is doing it collectively, and there's not like a large group of people in the theater who are genuinely trying to enjoy the movie sincerely, I say let everybody have their fun. Sure, one or two people may end up not enjoying themselves, but that's like everybody in every theater. There's always going to be a few people who did not feel like they got the most bang for their buck in the theaters. And we have to remember the context of what is playing as well. And that is the other aspect that I think makes this opening night fiasco okay. It was the Minecraft movie playing. Not Raiders of the Lost Ark, not A New Hope, not even 51st Dates. The Minecraft movie is far away from any of these things. In the bad way, I mean. It doesn't have anything to say, there isn't any big emotional message to take from it. It is the safest, most nonsense film where the most memorable thing that happens in it is the main character shouting the names of random objects and creatures in the film. Also, the Steve's Lava Chicken song, that was pretty good. Now, call me crazy, but I feel like if any movie was going to get this treatment, I think the Minecraft movie was a pretty good choice to do it for. It only had the notoriety it did because of the memes, so if people want to go crazy and shout their little memes, who cares? If someone talks over the dialogue, you're not missing out on Schindler's List, that much is obvious. This, of course, doesn't justify this behavior in any other scenario. I'd say this only applies to this kind of movie, where the memes are more popular and widespread than the movie itself. The main thing that comes to mind in this category, aside from the Minecraft movie, is Morbius. Even though it sort of had the opposite timeline as the Minecraft movie. I don't think the Minecraft movie is going to need to be put in theaters a second time. Everybody showed up for this one. But, yeah, that's all I've got to say on the Minecraft movie, really. I didn't talk too much about the actual film itself, because it didn't really leave any impression on me. So there wasn't a lot to say that wasn't super surface level. I'll say I did enjoy myself, but just not a good film from an objective standpoint. I don't know if there was any other movie I would want to have that same kind of experience in the theater of. In this one specific instance, I think it's okay, because it gave me the wildest theater experience I've ever had. Let's just keep this an isolated instance, though. I would prefer to not have this be what every movie is like. Steve, that's going to be all I've got for today's video. I spoke way more about this topic than I was expecting to. But now that that's over, I would absolutely love it if you could stay a moment while my secretary Bonnie shows you some art, and I talk about some of my other ventures I think you might enjoy. If you didn't know, which I figure most of you don't, I've got a second channel now. It's called Goose's Golden Gallery, and it'll be where I post all of my music, art, outtakes, and other silly stuff. Link in the description, alongside my TikTok, Blue Sky, and Newgrounds, which I've been using a lot more recently. I post extraordinarily average things, and other stuff too, like my art and other creative thoughts. Worst case scenario, you don't follow me, so in that case I'll rot away, so no biggie. I also have a Discord server, the Honk House. That's where me, my friends, my haters, and all my viewers hang out and talk, share art, and occasionally have game nights and whatnot. You like Jackbox? Because that's what's going on in the Honk House. It's great. You'll love it. Also, hey, become a headliner. That's what I call my channel members. You get access to emotes on streams, first dibs on watching new videos, votes to decide on the priority of specific videos, a private channel in the Discord server, your name in the credits of videos, and a little doodle alongside your name there as well. To get that doodle, though, you'll have to join the Discord server to let me know you'd like me to draw your head. Honestly, I should probably just make a Patreon. It's about the same thing, really. Feel free to commission me for art, I guess, contacting me via Discord or Blue Sky. I've been kind of short on money recently, just because, you know, everything sucks right now, so every little bit helps. You're not obligated to, but if you got some spare change, feel free to try and hit my eye with it. Finally, if you have any fan art of me you'd like to share, tag me in it on social media or post it in the channel of my Discord server, and I'll put it in the end of my videos. With credit, of course. Alright, I think that's all I've got for today, so let me cut you loose. My name is Goose. I thank you very much for watching, and Minecraft is the most fun you could possibly have. Except for a lot of other games. Minecraft is kind of mid, not gonna lie. Then again, I haven't even beaten the Ender Dragon, so what can I say? Okay, bye!